Hello, Illumineers. Welcome to the Nerdstrom household. My name is Nerdstrom, and today we are officially straight up underway with the Nerdstrom House Championship Set 7. This is the first round of the eliminations. It will be best of three, and as you guys already know about the results. The number 6 seed, Ruby Amethyst, aka the granddaddy of them all, is set to take on the number 3 seed, Jafar himself, Amethyst Steel. I think this is a fitting tribute to set 8, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks. And I am personally hoping that I will be able to finish the Nerdstrom House Championship in time for when the release is. So as such, because of what I am expecting, I am hoping that the Nerdstrom House Championship for Set 7 will be finished in time for when the Reign of Jafar begins. And so that is what I am looking forward to. So as such, this is of course a best of 3 match. In the event that this match ends up becoming a sweep for either team, for either side, we will immediately go into the next match, which will be Amber Steel Songs number 4 seed versus Emerald Steel Discard number 5 seed. If that does happen, then we will immediately go straight into it. If this ends up going to 3, you'll only see 1 match, and I will prepare schedule a different date for that next match, which will probably be next Thursday because I actually have freedom to go ahead and do stuff. And you might excuse my voice; it might not be the best, it might not be 100%, because as of yesterday, my voice is kind of shot. I spent all of my day last Saturday screaming at a television set because of what happened at Eurovision 2025. I'm assuming that a lot of my fans that are watching this channel are American, and props to you. Thank you very much for supporting me. Make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, get other people to like and subscribe for all things Lorcana and playing against myself. But one of the things that I do also am very passionate for is Eurovision, which is not exactly an institution here in the States. But I am nonetheless a big fan of Eurovision 2025. And it was a pretty exciting night. I had a watch party and I got together with people to go watch it together. So through all of this gameplay that you're going to be seeing on here, you're going to also hear me talk a lot about Eurovision, my thoughts on it overall, and we'll see how things progress. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get things underway. So the number 6 seed, Ruby Amethyst, is going to start the dice roll, and it's going to set that up. So let's go ahead and roll it. Let's put it through our dice tower. All right, so Ruby Amethyst rolls a 10. Okay, let's go ahead and see what Amethyst Steel Jafar does. I'm gonna not count that. There we go. And Amethyst Steel Jafar gets 7. So that means that Jafar is going to go second in this round, which means he will get to mulligan first. So the decks are already pre-shuffled; they're ready to go, and I need 3 more. Yeah. So the reason why I haven't been really putting out the content in the last week or so is because I've been preparing myself for Eurovision, and it's been really exciting to be able to do it and just like kind of get ready for it. I've been really excited for it this year. I think the depth talent that came out this year, I wouldn't necessarily say that, like, when it comes to great talent, there aren't like definitive iconic performances as much as there were in 2024. I can immediately think, like, when 2024 happened, I can think of The Code, which is Switzerland. They were the ones that won it. Baby Thug, yeah, from Ireland. They both of them actually came out with really good performances, like just notable performances that you kind of remember. There's Rim Tim Tagidem. That's the one that Baby Lasagna did for Croatia. That was also a very popular one. And even going back further, like, there's been a couple of iconic performances that have stood out in there. But what 2025 lacks in, like, great songs, I do feel like the depth of songs this year was a lot deeper. There were a lot of others, like a lot of songs that could have potentially been winners, or at least, went deep in the tournament. And that was pretty exciting to kind of be prepared for and enjoy myself, and like listening and researching and learning more about the talent that we've had set for the stage. And so that has been really fun to see. All right, so Ruby Amethyst is going to go ahead and roll. It's going to go, pick its mulligan. I sent back 6 on that side. It only had 1, so we'll see how that goes. You can kind of get an idea, if you're a Jafar player, how easy it was to choose that one because of certain reasons why. This one feels a little bit more obvious, and I think I'm going to try to take advantage of that fact. Okay, so one thing you also have to remember about Ruby Amethyst in this one, if you've not seen my deck profile for this particular deck, just know that it is in fact it does not have foxes, it does not have snakes, it doesn't have any bounce. What it does is it strictly adheres to its curve and just does it very effectively, and it's designed in such a way that it's very hard to like shuffle this and manipulate it in such a way that you can't get a curve going. You'll almost always get a curve, if not on the initial flop, then at least a mulligan. And that's because I want to make sure that every turn I can prepare something. But yeah, this is going to be that. Jafar, obviously, it's the 3C Jafar. It is inspired by Zan Syed's Jafar deck that he won recently a tournament with. There's a lot of heavy influence in the way it's kind of designed in that way. But Jafar is a very high roll deck. It does really try to nail its Jafar Whole New World combo, which is what has been the same kind of MO since set 3, but there's a couple little additional toys that came out in set 7 that really benefit this particular deck and at the same time too. So you'll probably see those kind of things late game. But for now, just know that that's kind of like the dynamic of what these two decks have. I do want to make sure that throughout my Eurovision 2025 talk, I don't go too deep into it without telling you about the gameplay that's going on right now. Thank you guys for joining me on my channel. Just remember to like, share, subscribe for all things Lorcana. And to my opponent, I say good luck, have fun. Actually, no, this is a tournament. This is elimination. There are stakes at play. I am going to say good luck. And let's get things started. Okay, so to pop off, I am going to start by inking the Queen of Hearts, and I'm going to spend 1 for Turnbox followers, and I'll go ahead and pass turn. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to first drop a turn since I'm going second, and I am going to ink a Mickey, and I'm going to spend 1 also for Chernbox followers, and I'll pass turn. ink a Brawl, and I'm gonna spend 2 for Cusco, and I'll quest for 1, and I'm going to not necessarily trying to remember what's in the hand, but I'm just trying to remember if like that deck has any eliminators early. No, I'm gonna take that quest and I'm gonna pass turn. Okay, I'm gonna draw a turn, and I am going to ink Giant Cobra. I'm gonna spend 1 and 1 for Turnbox Followers and Diablo, and I will also quest for 1, but this one I'm going to banish it in order to draw a card, and I will pass turn. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and draw for turn here, and I will quest for 2. I will, let's see, I'm gonna ink a Cusco, and I will play Sisu. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass turn. Popping off that curve early. You love to see it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and draw for turn. And I am going to ink Elsa. I'll go ahead and play Jafar. When he plays character, chosen character gets Challenger +2 this turn. I will go ahead and use use Diablo on Turnbox Followers. Take this one out. Diablo goes, and I will draw a card for banishment. And I am going to quest for 1, and then I will pass turn. Okay. Go ahead and draw a turn. I am going to have Sisu saying friend on the other side to draw 2 cards. And then I am going to ink a goat. And I'm going to spend 4 for Genie. On play, draw a card. Excuse me. I just had a giant pizza just a second ago. Excuse me. I'm gonna quest for 1, and I'll go ahead and pass turn. Okay, let's see where we go from here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw for turn. This is gonna be an interesting situation. What do I do? I'll go ahead and ink. I'm gonna go ahead and quest for 1. Banish this. Draw a card. I will ink a Mickey. I'll go and spend 4 Bonking Zeus on Sisu. Hard cast that. And then I will pass turn. Okay, let's see. Draw for turn. I was thinking about doing Genie as well because it's evasive, but we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and have Genie sing Friends to draw 2 cards. And then I will quest for 1, and then I will I'm going to go ahead and ink a goat, but I am going to go ahead and spend 1 for Magic Broom, 1 for Diablo, and 2 for Cusco. And I am going to pass turn. And let's hope that I don't have to deal with Jafar this round. We'll see. I'm going to draw a turn. Let's see. Let's try this. This is tough. What do I do? I'm gonna spend 2 to play the lamp. I'll banish the lamp because I got Jafar in play. I'll draw 2 cards. I will ink a Pete. And I'm gonna go ahead and spend 3 to hard cast Friends on the other side, draw 2 cards. And a whole lot of nothing. Alright, well, I'm gonna go past him. That's not good. Here we go. Okay, draw a turn. I'm going to ink the library, and I will spend 6 for Madame Medusa. I'm going to go ahead and banish Jafar, and then I'll go ahead and quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 11, and I'll go ahead and pass turn. Bro, come on, man. I'm going to drop turn. I don't know if I've got any chances to do this now. Let's see. I'll ink. Man. I'm gonna ink Friends. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 4 for the Genie. And then I'm going to spend 2 for Jafar. Oh yeah, that's right, Genie. Draw a card. It's my rules. I can do it here. It's totally fine. And I'm going to go ahead and pass turn. Let's see. Draw a turn. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spend 4 for Genie. Draw a card. I'm going to spend 2 for Cusco, and then I'm gonna go ahead and quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17, and I will pass turn. Oh man, it's too bad. I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna draw for turn. Nope. I'm gonna just do what I can. I'm gonna go ahead and shift Jafar. I'm going to have Jafar sing friends on the other side. Draw 2. I'll go ahead and shoot. Man. Ink Jafar. Spend 2. Play lamp. Banish the lamp. Draw 2 cards. Gain 2 lore. There it is. I don't know, send this genie back to hand. It wouldn't really matter. Even if I hit Cusco, you still get enough on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just exactly. Just like pretty much exactly more than enough. So, round 1 goes to the granddaddy of them all, Ruby Amethyst. I think that was a clutch play that I had. I had the ability to just go on curve and just do one character per turn, and I think the fact that I was able to pop off several smaller characters while this deck was trying to get its combo, it just kind of left it wide open. And because this deck obviously isn't going to have a white to get rid of all those characters, I think it just proved useful in that situation. So as a result, that is the reason why I feel that it won. So yeah, that was the end result. So Ruby Amethyst gets the win. And speaking of wins, let's talk about our winner of the Eurovision 2025 Song Contest, Austria. It was the winner was JJ, who, in case I haven't said this before, I am half Filipino on my mom's side, and as Joe Coy would say, that means my dad was in the military, it's really cool to see not only the fact that like a Filipino won it, but I looked it up, it's literally the first time any person of Filipino origin or descent has ever won the Eurovision Song Contest in the 69 years that it has been available, and that's really cool. I would like to see if I can go to Austria, maybe. You know, I'm a big fan of Eurovision. I'd love to see it live in person, but I also understand that Austria's probably really expensive to kind of get to. So I totally get that. But it would be really nice to go and see it for myself. For those of you guys who don't know, Eurovision, whenever you do win the song contest, that means that you have to host it the next year. And it's a pretty big deal to go there. It is literally the largest sporting. It's literally the largest event on television that's not a sporting event. So, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily the one that I was expecting to go all the way. I did have high hopes for it. I think there's sort of like a national bias that I have for it. I am a big, obviously it's a Filipino that has a chance to win Eurovision. I've got skin in the game and that sort of thing. JJ approached this with a pop opera kind of style of a song. He's a countertenor, so he's able to kind of sing really high operatic notes in his song, and it's incredibly like there's a whole, you can see and hear and feel the talent just coming out of JJ. But we also know that because Eurovision is like a song contest, it's like more of like a pop kind of thing. I was kind of concerned that song wouldn't really connect with the audience, and to an extent it didn't. The juries were actually the ones that gave it high marks, which the jury vote is comprised of a lot of professionals and people in the industry, former Eurovision winners, within their respective countries, which are also participating in the contest. And the juries like really voted quite high on it. It was the highest jury vote out of everybody. The televote, it was kind of meager, but it gave just enough to beat out the second place one, who was pretty much in the lead for most of the night after when the televote kind of hit, and as a result, it ended up. So it ended up going to a point where like the second place person, the song that ended up going second place, was pretty much on top. But then when they told me, like, when they said like, oh, Austria only needs like 100 to win, like exactly. That's how close it was. But like if 100 is like, when it comes to televote, if the song is good, usually you're pretty much good. And JJ ended up getting 178 points from the televote, and that gave it more than enough to win the thing. So it wasn't like a game of inches. It was tense like up until they announced the thing. But in the end, JJ won pretty definitively, and for the better. If you guys know anything about the end result of the song contest this year, yes, I am very relieved that Austria did win over the second place finisher. But yeah, so yeah, I'm really glad that ended up happening. I am kind of sad that certain songs not only didn't do what, like, had like performances that were so bad they didn't even make it past the semifinal round, like the first 2 nights of the event, and that's a shame. I was sad that Australia's milkshake man, Gojo, couldn't make it in the contest. I'm really sad about that. I think the performance personally though was a little bit lacking. So I think it's I'm sad that it happened, but it's understandable why it did. I just don't think that the performance was. It was good. I mean, Gojo's got a lot of charisma and all that kind of stuff. But the truth is, like, the performance just was missing something. They did a gimmick where they put a person in like a blender, which resulted in like costume changes for Gojo and his dancer, and that was cool. But they did do it twice, and it was like it doesn't hit quite as well the second time around. I also noticed that he flails his arms a little bit too much, like he just doesn't know what to do with his hands. That's a thing that I was kind of like, that was a thing that I noticed even in his like pre-party performances, like before he actually performed in the semifinal, when they were like, when the Eurovision artists were all going on tour, like different cities and participating and stuff like that. He just keeps doing this. He's like doing this the whole time, like he's trying to perform a magic show, and it was just, I don't know, it was just kind of lacking, personally. I think one that was that was kind of a disappointing result was also Croatia, and it's surprising that I was able to say that. Go, Murphy, go away. It's like you either show up and go on my couch or not. I'm talking to my cat. And so, like, the thing about Croatia, they had a song called Poison Cake. It was done by a kid named Marko Bosniak. I think that's what their name is. And the song I just did not enjoy. I had no high hopes for it, and but the thing that made it worse was, like, when I saw their national final, their performance was so awful, and it just made me dislike the song even more. And I understand that, like, Marco's gone through a lot while he was doing his thing and going on tour, but like, you can't change the fact that the song was really bad. And come semifinal, I just still felt it was just I was just not looking forward to it. But he gave it socks. They came out with a much better performance, highly improved from the national final. He didn't end up looking bad. His vocals were a lot better. They almost sound pretty close to studio quality, and I think that was great to hear. The production value was really, really good. I mean, they talked about poison cake like he's brewing like a thing, and they had a freaking cauldron in the middle of the stage, and that was really cool. Just good imagery overall. Like the look of everything was great. The dancing was a lot better. It was a much improved thing, and I still don't like the song. But I appreciate the effort that it came out. It's really unfortunate that it didn't make the grand final in the end. Not enough people voted for it to move on to the next round. But I'll at least give Croatia their flowers. They did give much stronger effort, and I'm glad that Marco got to at least have his moment in the spotlight, even if only for one time. So yeah. So let's go ahead and get this second match going. We'll see what becomes of this. So now Amethyst, since it lost, it's going to go first in this next round. And what I am going to do is I'm going to ink a giant cobra, and I'm going to go ahead and play Trinabox Followers, and I'll pass turn. To the second person watching now, thank you so much for joining the channel. I hope you're enjoying the Eurovision talk, and if you're not into Eurovision, I encourage you to watch Eurovision. Watch some highlights from this year, and maybe prepare for next year, just so you know. It's coming, it usually happens in May. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and draw for turn. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to ink a Brawl, and I will play Diablo. And I will pass turn. Okay, so I'm going to draw for turn. I am going to ink a Jafar, play a Jafar. I will quest for 1, and I will banish this, draw a card, and I will pass turn. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. And then I am going to ink Merlin. I'm going to spend 1 for Magic Broom. I'll go ahead and quest for 1, and I'll pass turn. Okay. I will draw for turn. Oh boy. I'm going to ink a Jafar, play a Jafar, give this challenger, but I won't hit it. Well, actually, no, there's no reason for me to do it. It's fine. Go ahead and pass turn. Just thinking I might learn a lesson because I did do a random swarm in the middle of the game. Draw for turn. I'll go ahead and ink the Queen of Hearts, and I will play Sisu, and I will go ahead and quest for 2 to 3, and I'll pass turn. What time do I have? Okay. I am going to draw for turn. I'm going to ink Giant Cobra, and I'm going to go ahead and play Merlin, which allows me to draw a card. And then I will I'm going to pass turn. Okay. I'll go ahead and draw for turn. And then I am going to spend 3 to play the library, and I will Ink of Magic Broom. Spend 1 to send Diablo to the library. And then I will quest for 3 to 6. And I will pass turn. Turn. Okay, here we go. I'm going to Ink Pete. I'm going to have Merlin sing Along Came Zeus on Sisu. I am going to spend 5 to shift, that's not it, to shift to Jafar. I'm going to spend, and I'm going to go ahead and have Jafar sing Whole New World, discarding Mickey in the process, drawing 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Gaining 7 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 8. And then I'll go ahead and challenge Magic Broom. Take 1. And I will pass turn. Okay. Oh yeah, that one gets banished. So I just dropped 2 pre-prepared and a Lady Tremaine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This also might prove very useful for this particular deck, especially because that hand was kind of poor early on. So I am going to Ink Queen of Hearts. I will spend 4 for Genie, which allows me to draw a card, and then I'll spend 1 on for True-Box Followers. Diablo's going to go ahead and hit Jafar, which allows me to draw a card and draw another card for the library. And I will... Oh yeah, and 1 for the library. And then I will pass turn. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. Okay, let's do this again, I suppose, right? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 for the lamp. I'm going to ink Mickey. I'll spend 1 for Chunbox Followers, 1 for Chunbox Followers, 2 for Jafar, and then I will have Jafar sing Holy World, discard an Elsa and a Friends on the other side, draw 7, 5, 6, 7, gain 7 more. All that. I got a Maui, Merlin, Diablo, Sisu, Brawl, Merlin, and Be Prepared. That's 3 Be Prepareds already taken out. 2, 3, 4. And then let's see. I am going to have Merlin sing Along Came Zeus on Genie. I will, and then I'll go ahead and banish the lamp, draw 2 cards, gain 2 lore. And just for the hell of it, I'll quest for 1. And I will pass turn. So the only thing at this point that'll prevent this thing from going way out of hand is if, actually no, I don't think it's possible actually. Drop turn. Yep, I think the only thing that I can do is quest for 1, banish that. Actually no. 1, send that, then do the quest, banish this, draw 2. And Ink Sisu. 1 Cherno. 1 Broom. 3 friends. Yeah, call it good. There, profit disruption. There we go. All right, cool. So yeah, those are the extra for the library. But yeah, okay. So, well, unfortunately for you guys are not going to get an extra match tonight. That's okay. We'll go ahead and schedule it for probably Thursday, unless I get permission from the other leader of the house to do it in another day of the week. We'll see. But I am hoping that I can get it done in a proper fashion. So if you guys want to know the acts that I actually was rooting for, I was rooting for Sweden. They had a song called Bara Bara Bastu by Kai, and it was a song about a sauna. It was very simple, very fun, it was actually on a level of camp. It's like pretty average in terms of camp. It wasn't really terribly over the top. It wasn't a parody of itself, so that's kind of the reason why I don't think it was. But I was a big fan of that song. I also really liked Finland's song, which was called Ich komme, and I think it's really funny that that song, Ich komme, which, you know, German fans might know as I'm Coming, and the fact that it was done at the 69th Eurovision Song Contest is just hilarious in and of itself. So that was pretty fun to experience that and have some kind of shade of hope that Finland would actually win it all. I will say this, like Erica Vickman, who was the one who performed it, all she had was like a couple of microphone pops, one really big one at the very end that spooted fireworks at the end of it. But other than that, but in addition to that, like, she had like one of the best like stage presences. Like, she didn't really have to do much. She just commanded that stage, and I think I've only been watching Eurovision like consistently since like 2022. So my window of opportunity, of knowledge of things is limited. I mean, I have watched Loreen perform Euphoria in 2012. I've seen that performance, but I never saw it live. And there is something missing when you experience something that isn't like live. And like as it's, you don't feel it that as much. And that's a thing that's unfortunate about, you know, about personal events. You know, I don't really connect it as much. Do I like Loreen's performance? Absolutely. I think there's very few people that can command a stage like Loreen. I mean, I saw Tattoo. It was just her. I mean, granted, she was in a Panini press and had a very Dune type performance, but for what it's worth, I mean, like, Erica did more with a lot less, and I think Erica absolutely deserves her flowers. As a matter of fact, I did learn this year that there are actual individual awards that get passed around before the big event starts, where they actually give props to those who who were the best composer, the best, like most artistic, and also like the press kind of like choosing what they like as far as their favorite song. And it's really cool to kind of see that they do have those individual awards. Personally, I really wish they had more, and I'd love to see if they did like best choreography or maybe like best what's a good another good one, best stage direction or best I don't know, best props, you know, something like that. I think with those little individual awards that they do, I mean, obviously they don't hold a candle to what winning the entire tournament is, but I think having those little awards is kind of worth it, in my opinion. And so, yeah. Thank you for sticking around, number 2 viewer. Appreciate it. This is the third and final match, final game of the night. The Steel Jafar just did it what it's supposed to do, and as a result, it won the game. So yeah, it's really cool that that all these performances like came in. I was also the one that I was also really pulling for was Denmark, and I know that the song itself was kind of like a basic pop song. There's nothing really terribly special about the song, in all honesty, but I really liked her voice. I really liked Cecile's voice, and I was a big fan of that. And I was really pulling that, like, you know, a person of her talent, I just hoped like did a very good job. And I think it was great that they made it into the grand final. I think it's great that the jury was fair to them, in my opinion. It's kind of unfortunate that the public did not vote for Denmark, which I think is fair. I think that, you know, public's kind of on a mission. Like, if you're not voting for the second place winner, you're trying to make sure the second place winner doesn't go, and you want to make sure that you put your votes towards a horse that potentially could win a thing. But at the same time, I think Denmark, for what it's worth, did the best that she could, and I'm really glad that it ended up being the way it did. So yeah, I thought Denmark was solid. I also think that the one that I was really happy with was Latvia's. Latvia had a very traditional Latvian kind of like song and dance kind of thing that they were doing. And if you never saw the show, think of it like as it's a bunch of like forest nymphs trying to like tell you to come into their giant oak tree where they're gonna like do weird witchy possessions on you at the end. It was a really cool song. I think like the way that they kind of presented themselves in their national final performance was great. I thought there really wasn't a whole lot that they need to do in order to improve on their performance. Would it net them a bunch of points? It's doubtful. I mean, but it was the glow up that they did for their performance was not needed, but I think it's so richly like it's richly appreciated, you know, at the same time too. So that's kind of like what I thought about the whole performance overall. And yeah, everything that they did to improve it was all for the better. New costumes, new it was pretty much the same stage design, but like there was different lighting and different images and stuff like that that they did on there too, and it was like all really good, and I'm really glad that it ended up being what it was. So yeah, all right, so that's Jafar's final mulligan. We'll see if they can progress in this next round, or maybe it's going to be Ruby Amethyst that does it in this next round. Okay, so no. Well, actually, yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and send back 4. There's that. But overall, yeah, I just can't wait for next year. I'm already suffering that post Eurovision depression. It's real, man. Those who are not fans of this just know that it is a real thing. It's kind of like
the equivalent when like football fans, like the Super Bowl's over. I'm like, oh man, we have to wait until next year for football. So yeah. Okay, so we got the final round, final match of the night, and this has been pretty exciting. Actually, I think both decks got to showcase themselves quite well. Both of them got to take advantage of poor situations in terms of shuffling and mulligan on both sides, and it all comes down to this. So Rumi Amethyst is going to start since it lost, and we'll see what comes of it. So to start, I am going to Ink Valley, and I am going to play Chairbox Followers. I'll pass turn. I mean, this is for Purple Pride, man. Like, we'll see which deck comes out on top. All right, I'm gonna draw for turn, and I am going to ink a Mickey, and I'm gonna spend 1 for Diablo, and I'll pass turn. Okay, I'm gonna draw for turn, and I am going to ink Queen of Hearts and spend 2 for Cusco, quest for 1, and I'm going to banish this to draw a card. And I will pass turn. Okay. I will draw for turn. I'm going to ink another Mickey, and I am going to spend 2 for Jafar, and then I will quest for 1, and I'll pass turn. Okay, I'm going to draw for turn. I am going to ink Brawl, play Friends, draw 2, and I will quest for 1 and pass turn. Alright, I'll draw for turn. I am going to ink Chernobog's Followers, and I'll spend 3 for Jafar. I'll go ahead and quest for 1, and then I will pass turn. Okay, I'm going to draw for turn. I will ink a goat, and I will spend 3 for Sisu and 1 for Chernobog's Followers. I'll go ahead and quest for 1, and I will pass turn. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. I'm going to go ahead and have Jafar sing Friends on the other side. Draw 2. Bum bum. Na, 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 na. I'll ink a Friends, and then I'll spend 4 for Genie. Allows me to draw a card. And I will quest for 1, and then I'll pass turn. Okay, I'm going to draw for turn. I'm gonna have Sisu sing. I'm gonna have Sisu Friends on the other side. Draw 2. I will have I'll spend 3, another Sisu, and then let's see. Should be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and quest for 2. It's a 5, and then I'll pass turn. Okay, draw for turn. I am going to Ink Giant Cobra. I'll go ahead and have Genie sing Along King Zeus on Sisu. And then I'm just going to spend another 4 for Along King Zeus on Sisu. And then I will quest for 1. Right? Yeah, you Giant Cobra. Actually, no, I'm going to hit Diablo with on Trevor West while I draw a card. And then I'll go past turn. Oh, did I not? Oh shit, I didn't. Draw for turn? Crap. I'll ink. Wow. I don't know. Let's see, I'll ink the library. I'll spend 3 to brawl the Genie. And then I will quest for 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and banish Cherubim's Followers, draw a card. And I'll spend 1 for Diablo and I'll pass turn. Okay, I'll draw for turn. And I am going to. This is going to be crazy, but I am going to ink a Jafar. And just so you know, I'm doing this just because I want the shiny one. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 for Cherubim's Followers, 2 for another Jafar, and then. No, actually, I'm not going to. I'll go and pass turn. Okay, I'll draw for turn. And then I am going to ink Merlin and spend 6 for Madame Medusa, which is going to banish that Jafar. Screw you and your screw you and your hollow. Quest for 2, and I will pass turn. Okay, draw for turn. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Fine. 3 for Jafar, 3 for Pete, and I'm gonna do this again. Quest for 1, banish, draw, pass turn. Alright, so no actions on this one. Draw for turn. It's not like I could do anything anyway. 3 for the library, and I'm gonna have Medusa sing Friends on the Other Side. Draw 2. I'll go ahead and ink Cusco. Spend 4 for the goat. And quest for 2 to 11, and I'll pass turn. Okay. Draw for Spin 5. Jafar. Oh, I'm an 8. Sing Holy World. Draw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. I could totally drop you the pair in your hand, which I certainly don't want either. I'll go ahead and spend 1 for Mickey, 1 for Mickey, and then I am going to quest for 4. And pretty Mickey, that didn't happen. Alright, let's go ahead and pass turn. One for library, quest for 4. Oh yeah, Goat should have gotten 1 more for that, didn't you? And then I'm gonna Ink Diablo. Spend 7 to play. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. Let's Ink Bell instead. 7. Be prepared. Manage my characters. Should have put 1 on the library. I understand that. Gain lore for goats. Also, I think I have. Yeah, I did also 1 Diablo. So I do get to draw 1 card. Anything. Spend 1 for Diablo. I'll pass turn. Oh, yeah, that's all. That all goes away. Okay. All right, your move. Draw turn. I am going to Ink and Elsa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll spend 5 for Elsa, exert that Diablo, and let's see, spend 3 Jafar, give a challenger +3, hit Diablo, you draw your card, and I will pass turn. Don't think the inevitable's already there though. Library, draw, ink, 4, go. And just like that, the granddaddy of them all proves why they are the granddaddy of them all. Ruby Amethyst upsets our future leader, Jafar, in dramatic fashion, with both decks popping off the best way they possibly can in 1 match. Ruby Amethyst taking advantage of its ability to remain on curve no matter how many times the deck tries to play against it. And in the end, Ruby Amethyst comes out on top. I did have a lot of trouble trying to get this Jafar to pop off. There was a couple of turns where I really wish it did. It did not happen. And if it did, I think it would have probably been very clutch for it. It would have been a perfect situation for it to happen. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. And the number 3 seed, Jafar, we have our first upset in the first game, in the first match of the Nerdstrom Championship, Nerdstrom House Championship, Set 7. So I hope you guys enjoyed all that. I hope you appreciated my Eurovision 2025 talk. So if there's anybody out there that's also a Eurovision fan watching this on stream, let me know below who you thought was who was your favorite song, and what you thought about the end result of Eurovision 2025. I, of course, am going to be looking forward to seeing Eurovision next year, and I, of course, will also be looking forward to seeing you show up for the next live stream, which should be happening Thursday morning, and featuring the other match in our opening round, which will be number 4, Amber Steel Song, completely unhinged edition, going up against number 5, Emerald Steel Discard. So remember to like, remember to share, and remember to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the love that's been coming in here in this last few weeks, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when the reign of Jafar has its day in the sun. So until next time, my name is Nerdstrom, reminding you that just because I play against myself, it doesn't mean you have to. Go out, make new friends, and let's get nerdy. There you go. There you go.